A lot of hype collabs, they don't even look good and they go nuts. These look insane. These will go nuts. These will be on the day, people trying to flip them for $1,000. I guarantee it. Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. We went through what I would like to see in 2024. Now we're going to do what is coming out in 2024. Now, I've gone through and look, I could go through each individual one on that Jordan image that was released, but that'd be quite boring. But I will say, that's what I would like out of them so far. There are some that I'll look at and I'll go, maybe I've got to see them in hand, because that small image amongst all the rest of them doesn't really offer much. But it's going to be an interesting year. Obviously, Jordan 1s are sitting. Jordan 4s, Jordan 3s, there's no hype at all. So I can comfortably say all the Jordan 3s on the list, I'll be able to cop if I want to. But I do want to hold off and wait till things go on sale, like I said. But let's get into the list. That is, unless Travis makes 3s. I don't know. I don't think he could do anything with the 3, to be honest. But we'll start off with January, and one that has released in the last couple of days is the Gore-Tex Infrared Air Max 90. Now, I love Air Max 90s. I was actually wearing them the day that I saw someone say that they dropped on the app. What they released? 2020? So not that long ago. Mine are a little bit beat up, but look, a waterproof pair could be fun. They're out right now. I probably want to see them in hand, see that they are quite close to an infrared, not just a similar color blocking, and then we've made them waterproof. But they're out now if you want them on the Nike app. It is also in January the return of an OG. This shoe had people going nuts in the 2000s, like the 00 era. And it's not what you think. It's the Puma Mostro OG. Now, I never had this pair, but there was a bunch of like Puma, like racing inspired type shoes that came out in this era that were going nuts. And I had like at least 2 different types of pairs in this era. That mix between a b-boy and a motorsports type shoe. This one here never really did it for me, but the clubbing scene in the early 2000s, every single person had them on. Puma's dipping back into their bag and bringing them out in January. No set date, but it is the 10th of January as I do this right now, so I can't see them holding off much longer. There is another return of an OG on January 20th. The Air Max Plus in the OG purple. Of all the OG colorways, I want to say this might be blasphemous. I don't think I like any of the OG colorways. Sunsets, the blue, the purple. I don't know. I like TNs. I personally probably won't get these, but the TN community will be rabid for these, and you'll need to be lining up on January 20th or you'll miss out. On January 22nd, we have the Jordan 3 Midnight Navy. Now, these are essentially a fire red, but with blue on the back. Simple as that. I may get them just to customize them. I may get them and turn that blue into a lime green. I'm not too sure. I will be, however, waiting for them to go on special, because these will definitely go on special. Unless I see them in hand and I get caught up in the moment, which happens as well. So we'll see. But moving on into February. On February 15th, we have the Trophy Room Jordan 1 Lows. Now, they've got the home and away pack. The home you can only get at Trophy Room, so good luck. They're probably already at the back door. The away pair, I don't think we've had any of the Trophy Room release here that I can remember. So, again, good luck. Marcus has made a point to say, you know, certain people that are around back then aren't there now, so we'll see how this release goes. He hasn't had anything of high heat since the original Trophy Room, was it Iced Out pair? Beautiful pair. Should have been sneaker of the year, but the bullshit took that away from him. But February 15th in the States, I have no idea about here. All these dates too, you know, most of them are for America. They could change in terms of what we get. Sometimes we very rarely get the same sort of date. We either get like before or after. So on February 17th, the Jordan 4 Reimagined Bread. Now this is a contentious one because yes, OG colorway, but leather. Now leather's gonna last longer, but it's not how people remember it. I've seen a lot of people say they don't want it. I've seen a lot of people say they're over the whole reimagined thing. I guarantee they still sell out. But February 17th, will you be going for it? I don't know. I don't know if I will. I might just to be able to show on here. I don't know. I did also say I don't want to cop anything for the first 2 months. So we'll see. Autumn 2024. We've got the New Balance 1906R Rosewater. The new Action Bronson silhouette from New Balance. It's a 1906R. It's more like a women's type colorway, and the idea is what he's saying is when you grew up as a sneakerhead, which I'm looking around, I can see so many pairs. Women's had dope colorways and you would try and get them in the bigger sizes. I've done it. I'm literally, as I look within eyesight, I can see like 2-3 pairs. I know there's more here. So I get it. Me personally, I don't like the 1906 and I don't like that colorway. So I'm going to leave it. Fine. In March, we got a Jound Adidas Samba that just looks like a Samba. For me, Jound does nothing to shoes. I don't understand the hype, but people do. So good luck. We also have in March the Air Jordan 1 OG Low Metallic Blue. Now Jordan 1s are sitting everywhere. Shout outs to Ollie P. I just seen a video he did, and the Reimagined Royals are going for like $150. That's insane. I thought I'd go a deal at $177.99, but $150. Crazy. What's one way to bring back the hype of the Jordan 1? Release the metallics. I know they're an OG colorway. For me, I don't like them. I never liked the metallic colorways, ever. But if you do, they're dropping in March. I think they'll be an easy cop. You've also got in March the Hidden NYC X Asics Gel NYC. Pictures of these have leaked quite recently. It's white with green. I don't like it. I love the NYC. I don't like this, but I don't need to like everything. Some people will like this. They'll like the simplicity of it. Some people will go, it's a hype collab, I gotta have it. Hey, that's all good. Whatever you want to do with your money. But in March, I know something that I will be copying. It's the Air Max 180 Ultramarine. OG colorway in the Air Max 180. I've wanted a pair of these forever. For whatever reason, I've never purchased them. Never been able to, never seen them out in the world. I don't know. I just never have. I want this pair. And that's past the 2-month threshold. So, we'll see how we go. Jordan 3. March 2nd. Ivory. This pair is beautiful. This is going to be a consolation prize to anyone that missed out on the Armanier 3. Should be readily available because it's an Air Jordan 3 with no hype. And it's even got like that translucent back tab where you kind of got the Nike Air and the Jordan at the same time, like they did with the denims. Like that. So you got the Nike Air behind it, but the actual tab has got a Jumpman. So you get the best of both worlds. I like when they do that, and I'll definitely be copping these. They're probably the pair I want the most for 2024. Could be wrong, could see them in hand and hate them, but for now, definitely a cop. We've also got on Air Max Day, we got the Big Bubble Air Max 1 in the Royal Blue. Now, the Big Bubble experiment, you could say, was fantastic when they did this. But then they kept it going with colorways that didn't really make sense, didn't matter. Now they're doing it one that does matter. I'm going to need them. I'll be there Air Max Day picking them up. There'll be no hype for these. Super easy cop. I say that anything could happen between now and then. Like, no one would have predicted the Samba to be as hot as it was in 23, but I digress. In winter 2024, June, July, August, you got the Travis Scott lows in that horrible piss stain yellow colorway. I mean, look, the images that have surfaced aren't great. It's like yellow and blue, so like Parramatta Eels colorway. Not for me. I just want to see Travis do anything but a backward swoosh. For me, his best shoe is the SB Dunk. There's no backward swoosh. It's just a great shoe. I don't know. They get in these parameters and they just can't get out of them. But if you like them, I know everyone will go for them because the official numbers, Travis Scott shoes get the highest number on sneakers. Now, whether it or not that means bots, people using multiple accounts, whatever, I don't know. For me, I don't rate them. But on April 27th, something that I do rate, we'll be getting the Jordan 4 Military Blue. This is an OG colorway. It is a pair that I've wanted forever, and we're getting it. Nike Air on the back tab. We're also getting that new shape that everyone seems to love on the SB4. So I can't wait. From what I've seen, we're not getting the lighter rubber on the back, but everything else very similar to the SB4. I'll be getting these for sure. On May 11th, you got the Jordan 11 Space Jam in a low. This is a pair that people have been wanting for years. For me personally, every time I buy 11s, I never wear them and I end up doing the RA for someone. But this being a low, I'll probably grab it. I think I'd wear an 11 low more than I would a high. I think. Maybe. I'll probably cop these, maybe. In July, you've got the Armanier 3 and 4. Now, from early images that I've seen, and obviously they are renders, they're not official images, they look absolutely terrible. But between now and then, we could see official images. We also could see the Armanier brand fold with all the current legal action that's going on. Who knows? But so far, in July, that's when they're dropping. Speaking of OG colorways for the Air Max Plus, the Sunset is meant to release in spring of 2024 as well. No specific date, but that's where it's rumored to drop. You've also got the Jordan 11 Columbia for the holiday release for Jordan. They always do an 11. This year it's the Columbia. Then you've got the Jordan 1 Reimagined Bread Toe in December as well. Now, are we going to have the havoc that the Lost and Founds had? I don't think so. Two reasons. Jordan 1s, that was the absolute peak of where they got to. Ever since then, completely collapsed. This is not a Chicago. The Bread Toe lows sat. Very easy to cop. I think they'll be attainable, but they won't be anywhere near the Lost and Founds. Especially by the time December comes along. Who's to say the Jordan 1s aren't completely down even more, say, than now? I don't know. Official images haven't dropped to my knowledge. I feel like most of the images have been renderings of basically Lost and Found, and then they've put black on the toe. So we'll have to see what they look like. If they are just the same as the Lost and Founds in a black toe, 100% I'm copying. 100%. There's a bunch here that are TBA as well, so no date. I scoured the internet and could not find any dates, but you've also got this really interesting silhouette, and this could be an original silhouette, it could be something that's come out years ago. I'm not too sure. I've never heard of it, and the name's it just stood out. It's called Adidas Lawsuit. I had a look at this when I was looking through things that are coming out, and it just stood out to me. I like the look of this. You might like the look of this too, I don't know. But it's coming out in 2024, no date yet. Same with the Travis Scott Olive Low. Now, in terms of the better colorway between the yellow and the olive, there's no arguments. The olive is 100 times better. They did a reverse. Well, they did an olive last year for women, right? And now they're doing a men's olive? I don't know, bro. They said no more Jordan 1 lows, and here we are. Right. You'll also get the Nike SB Dunk Haisa Leal. For me, this is one of the best SBs that'll come out this year. There's one more on this list that'll blow them all out of the water, but this is one of the best ones. Similar to the Aprils, the Utos. Haisa Leal is a pro skater. She went crazy famous back in the day, kick flipping down a set of stairs wearing a fairy dress. Fast forward to now, I think she's about 16 years old, and she's killing it on the world stage in terms of street skating with SLS. She's signed to Nike SB, has been for a long time. She's also under the April Skateboards umbrella, so that team's just a monster. And now she's getting her own shoe. Crazy. You've also got, for some weird reason, the return of the Air Jordan 17. I'm guessing this must be an anniversary year for it. From memory, I think, is there an Amanier collab? And then a bunch of lows and random stuff coming out. I don't know. Not a fan of the 17, but figured you guys might want to know. Maybe you are. One that came out years ago to absolute crazy hype, which I feel may fall into that trap of, you know, a Fear 3 or any number of releases that Nike does where it's been such a while and they were so hyped because they're very limited, like a satin bread, and then they release them again and nobody seems to care. It's the Galaxy foams, and no, I don't mean Yeezy foams, I mean the original foams, the Foamposites. For me, they were never really something I gravitated towards. They're super expensive. From what I'm told, they're not that comfortable, and I never really liked the style. When they were quite popular, I was wearing M1s. That was the basketball shoe of choice for me, but they do drop this year. Will there be the hype? Will there not be? I don't know, man. I honestly think these will flop. I do. Eggplants dropped, other ones have dropped, and no one seems to care. Like, they had their moment, and it's... some things need to be left in folklore, you know what I mean? Travis Scott's original silhouette cut the check drops this year, and if you do cut the check, these just look like some straight Payless ass joints. These are horrible. If you don't believe that, I seriously question your decision-making skills, and you must be the hype beast of all hype beasts, because these are terrible. Absolutely terrible. But they do drop this year if you're interested. Again, I do not trust your judgment, but you can get them if you want, I guess. Something that was teased with the fumbled release of the Adidas Corn Pack is a second Adidas Corn Pack. So while we have no idea what it entails in terms of silhouettes, t-shirts, anything like that, there is going to be another one, and I can't wait. So we'll have to see how that goes. I already know now that I'm just going to go straight to Adidas in Pitt Street Mall, or just outside of Pitt Street Mall, and that's the easiest way to get it rather than online drops. We've also got, in a weird turn of events, just need to close that. I didn't even put the shoe back, but in a weird turn of events, Nike was starting to go after Bape. They're obviously a rip-off of the Air Force One. It's obvious. But Nego, of Bape fame, is going to release an Air Force 3 this year. Is that part of the... I don't know, bro. I don't know if there's going to be any hype for an Air Force 3. It's a super random silhouette to pull out, but it is Nego of Bape and NERD fame, so who knows. First images, first glance, I don't like them per se, but you may. Now, J Balvin 3 dropped last year in a white colorway. Then we started seeing the black pair, and they were like, nah, it's friends and family. Then they're like, no, it's going to release in 2024. I don't know if that's true. There's a bunch of websites saying it. I still think it might be a friends and family, but you never know. You've seen a bunch of websites saying it, so look forward to the J Balvin 3 in the black colorway. For me, not as nice as the white, but you may differ. A lot of people are saying they prefer the black. But the number one shoe that I think, if it even comes out over here, I'm hearing like it probably won't release here in Australia, but the Futura Nike SB Dunk Low. If you don't know who Futura 2000 is, go watch Star Wars. Go watch any sort of like hip hop graffiti documentary from back in the day. Go play Getting Up, Mark Echo's Contents Under Pressure. Futura 2000 is not only in the sneaker world, but he's a legend in the art and graffiti space. For me, I would love these shoes, but I know they're going to be damn near impossible to get for two reasons. Hype collab, but they actually look good. A lot of hype collabs, they don't even look good and they go nuts. These look insane. These will go nuts. These will be on the day people trying to flip them for $1,000. I guarantee it. But plenty of opportunities, plenty of shoes, plenty of sneakers dropping in 2024. Maybe I missed something that you're interested in. There's a long list of stuff to go through, and I tried to mix it up, have a bit of everything in there. Obviously, it is quite Nike Jordan heavy. That's because New Balance and Asics don't really give out a lot of information as much as Nike do. Nike they tried to lord it all over us, but hey, we buy them, don't we? But this has been another episode of Creased. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back twice a week. I already know what we're doing next week. You don't, but I do. I'm going to Sydney on the weekend. Maybe we'll see a bit of stuff there. Then I got something absolute crazy that'll probably be on the Thursday episode. But make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back twice a week. Peace. Autumn 2024, which will, what's that? Like April, or March, April, June. No, March, April, May. I don't know anything at this time of night. Autumn. No, that's when it comes out. the new band. Fuck me.